What up, what up? We are back with NFL Week 3 predictions, and we have important decisions to make, fellas. Do the Bengals fall to 0-3? Which 0-2 teams pick up a dub? And what undefeated teams are no longer undefeated after Week 3? How many are we going to have left? Well, that's what we've got to decide, and it's all going to be in this video, so stay tuned. We've got to figure it all out by the end of it. So crazy things have happened over Week 2. We have some big injuries, such as Anthony Richardson, such as Joe Burrow, and we're not sure if he's going to play by Monday. Saquon Barkley is probably out for Thursday night. Nick Chubb, bro. Nick Chubb done for the year. There's a lot of questions now. It's a lot of uncertainty. And we've had a lot of uncertainty this year, but I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you how NFL Week 3 is going to go. You can put your money on it. So just go ahead. Go to Vegas, take a little drive down there. Go put money on these predictions here because they're always right. No, I'm just kidding. Last week we went 10-6, which brings our total record up to 18-14, which sounds a lot better than the 8-8 we went Week 1. So we'll take the improvement, but we just got to get these predictions, get these dubs real quick right now. Giants, 49ers, Week 3, Thursday night football. Giants don't look good. They dropped 0-40 against the Cowboys. They lost 0-4 against the Cardinals. They were down by 20 in the first, and at the end of the first half. Down by 20, came back and won that game 28-20, but I think that's more of a testament of how much Arizona is willing to tank rather than how good the New York Giants really are, especially now with this injury to Saquon Barkley. Too many questions for the Giants. The 49ers have looked good so far to start the year. They had a battle with the Rams, but they're good. Their defense is still good. They've still got Christian McCaffrey. They've got the elite running back. They're going to win this football game on Thursday night. The Falcons had that amazing comeback against the Packers last week, getting the second half surgence to lead them to the victory, now going up against another NFC North opponent. The Falcons are going to fall on this one because they're on the road, is what I think. The Lions have looked a little bit more consistent, though they lost to Seattle last week. I liked what I saw from Week 1, even though I didn't like what I've seen from the Chiefs all year so far. I think the injury to David Montgomery will actually shore up their running game a little bit more with some consistency, giving the ball to Jahmyr Gibbs. But I'd like to see the battle. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, who's going to play better? Let me know in the comments, and we're going to move on, taking the Lions to pick this dub. Chargers, Vikings, both 0-2 teams. Both teams that we probably expected to be 2-0. and not 0-2. A lot of questions from both teams. I honestly haven't watched much of the Chargers. I watched their defense get torched by Tyreek Week 1. But a battle amongst the Titans, I really lost that game in overtime. Justin Herbert has flashes of greatness, but also flashes of mediocrity, as has Kirk Cousins. The running game is really, really bad. They are missing Dalvin Cook there. I'm going to give the Chargers this one because I think Austin Eckler is going to play. That's going to be the difference maker, in my opinion. Saints, Packers. Saints have just looked a little bit more consistent. They're 2-0 compared to the Packers 1-1. Going into Green Bay is always tough. Derek Carr is just getting a little bit more familiar with this team each week. Their defenses look solid even though they haven't had great opponents yet. Neither are the Packers, especially if Aaron Jones, David Bakhtiari, and Christian Watson don't play again. Definitely give me the Saints. If Christian Watson and Aaron Jones and David Bakhtiari do play, I'd probably lean Packers, but I don't think all three of them will. Give me the Saints, Texans, Jaguars. We're going to keep this rolling. Jaguars have been disappointing. I mean, 9 points last week. The Chiefs aren't known for their defense. 9 points, so they lost. They didn't play great against the Colts either. A game that they probably should have won by a lot. They barely won by. So the 1-1 Jaguars, I'm going to bump them up to 2-1 and keep the Texans at 0-3 just because they haven't shown me enough of anything to prove me otherwise. Broncos, Dolphins. Dolphins have looked good. Broncos keep just missing something. But the Commanders aren't that great of a team. I'm still not sold on them. They have a great front seven, which put a lot of pressure on Russell Wilson. Until I can see otherwise, even though at the beginning of this season, I would say the Broncos were going to have a solid year, maybe just barely miss the playoffs. I can't do that right now, especially with how good the Dolphins have looked on offense. Tua's just got to clean up some of these turnovers, make some better decisions. But the Dolphins look good. Give them to me. Titans, Browns, both kind of like mediocre teams, right? I think we expected a little bit more out of the Browns. I did at least, because I think Deshaun Watson was going to take that next step. Now we have to deal with Nick Chubb's injury. That's a hard pill to swallow. Nothing looks consistent. Nothing looks great. The Titans turned it up in that second half against the Chargers. beat a solid team, even though the Chargers didn't play like a solid team. I'm leaning Titans on this one. I wouldn't be surprised either way. This was really the last game I was staring down. Not confident at all. So don't take your money to Vegas for this game. All the other ones, you're fine. I'm right. Bills at Commanders. Commanders look good against Denver. As we said, that front seven looks dominant, and the Bills' offensive line does not look that great. It's still the Bills. They are still a much better football team. They looked a lot more cohesive against the Raiders. Give me the Bills. Colts, Ravens. Gardner Minshew, I'm feeling the vibe, but it's the Ravens. They keep winning these close games that probably should be more of a blowout than they are. But give me the Ravens. That's just a better overall team. Gardner Minshew, we don't really know what to expect. He could be a complete dud this week, or he could pop off, bring back Minshew Mania, and I'm here for it if it does. But right now, give me the Ravens. Pats and Jets. This might be a crazy take from me. Give me the Jets. Give me the Jets. Mac Jones just hasn't found fluidity in his game. Again, a lot of poor decision making. I'd like to see Ramondre Stevenson take majority of the workload more than he has. I think the switch off between him and Zeke is just a little too much. Give Ramondre Stevenson a little bit more of a passing game as well. But the Jets defense, I wanted to see it do good things. I do expect Zach Wilson to still throw an interception or two, but I think he's going to look a lot better this week than he did going up against one of the best defenses in football right now, the best defense this year in the Dallas Cowboys. And he's going to have more time, more practice, more reps. That always helps. Zach Wilson seems a lot more humble this year than he did last season. So for that reason, give me the Jets. Might be a shocker, but that's not even my upset of the week. So give me the Jets. Panthers, Seahawks. Bryce Young still hasn't put it together. The Seahawks are a decent team. Again, probably an 8-8 or a 8-9, 9-8 team this year. And the Panthers are just not. So Seahawks dropping the Panthers down to 0-3. Bears, Chiefs. Chiefs did not look good the past 2 weeks, even though they did sneak out a W against the Jags this week. I still need to see more from the Chiefs. No buts. The Bears are just bad. Did we really watch Justin Fields throw a pick six from his 2-yard line? And did he have all the time in the world and then run up the middle against the defensive tackles? Yes, that is exactly what we saw. Give me the Chiefs. Cowboys, Cardinals. Do we really need to talk about this game? The Cowboys look dominant. The Cardinals look awful. Immaculate tank job. Buda Baker went to the IR. Shut the Cardinals down. I don't think I'll pick them for a game all year. Next, we got the black and yellow versus the black and silver. The black and silver sound wrong. The silver and black. Steelers, Raiders. Steelers just haven't looked good. Mike Tomlin even came out and said that their offense just isn't consistent at all, which you might pick up as a key from me. Consistency is huge in my eyes. Najee Harris still hasn't got going, but neither has Josh Jacobs, if we're being honest. 2 disappointing weeks from Josh Jacobs. Expect him to get more of a workload this week, though I think the defense from the Steelers is going to stick him. But I still like Jimmy Garoppolo and Devontae Adams more than I like Kenny Pickett, Najee Harris, George Pickens. For right now, maybe Pickens turns into something. He's looked good, honestly, but Kenny Pickett just is not it this year. Give me the Raiders. Monday Night Football, Bucks, Eagles, Rams, Bengals. Let's talk about it real quick. Baker Mayfield has looked good, man. He has looked good. I like what I see of Mike Evans' connection is amazing. The chemistry is there. And the Eagles have just kind of underperformed. Though they are 2-0, they still don't look like the Eagles of last year. The Eagles of last year were a little bit more dominant, and we haven't seen that, especially where the Vikings did not play a good game on Thursday night, and the Patriots aren't that great, I don't think. The Eagles do have those 2 wins against those 2 teams. Not enough for me to get excited about. The Buccaneers, however, are also 2-0, and I like the way Baker Mayfield plays. He is playing like his life is on the line because his job is. It really is. And I like the swagger he's come out with, but I like the poise he has shown as well. Give me Baker Mayfield. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as my upset of the week over Philadelphia. It also helps that they're at home. Now it's the time, folks. Rams, Bengals, man, oh man. Did the Bengals fall to 0-3? The Rams put up a great fight with the 49ers, who I think is looking up like one of the best teams in the league again. Rams, Bengals. If Joe Burrow doesn't play, I don't think this is a question. If Joe Burrow does play, he's still not going to be 100%. The only thing that scares me about the Rams is their run game is just questionable at best. McVay said Cam Akers is probably going to get traded. What happens in a locker room when you're like, yeah, dude, you're traded. You're not traded, but you're gonna be traded. There's just not enough from the Rams offense besides Puka Nacua. Sheesh. And with Joe Burrow hurt, give me the Rams. That's not even my upset of the week. The Bucks Eagles is my upset of the week. Rams Bengals. Give me the Rams. They put up a great fight. Their defense is solid as ever. Now, am I concerned about the Bengals? Not entirely. I still think they'll find their way in the playoffs. Probably sneaking in as a wild card. But we got to see Joe Burrow get healthy. I honestly hope he doesn't play. I hope they just give him some rest. Let the Rams take this win and just reset. They gotta figure something out quick. But that's what I have for these predictions. NFL Week 3 is going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of first-time winners and a lot of first-time losers. There has to be with Chargers-Vikings. Game which, again, could go either way. Give me the Chargers, though. And yes, you still could take that to Vegas. I'm right, man. I feel it. I was just a little rusty the first couple weeks. I feel really good about this list. But it's been fun watching the NFL. I think it's going to be a great year. It's going to continue to be a great year. And so let me know your thoughts. Let me know. Do you think the Bengals are going to slip to 0-3? Chargers, Vikings, who you got? Titans, Browns? I'm excited. Football's always fun.